Well, hello again, everybody. We're back.
We are back.
We're still back. I guess we said that last intro, and I'm trying to figure out a new fun intro segment, but I haven't figured it out yet.
As far as it goes for you people, we are here. We exist. And we are going to record our dulcet tones.
Yes, dulcet. Dulcet. I think it's how you spell that.
Probably.
Probably. I don't really know what it means, but
I
if it's
mean,
any
sexy.
I was gonna say if it's anything like dulce de leche, then it's some kind of sweet, right? Because that's like sweet milk.
Yes.
Oh. But I don't know. They probably have the same root. Anyway,
We've got a beautiful voice. We've got beautiful
we
dulcet tones between the two of us that we're going to, assault your ear holes with. That's what we're doing.
that is correct. No. Yeah, hello everyone. Welcome to the show. Awful news today. As Bob Saget has passed. That sucks, you know.
Yeah, that's
Major.
awful.
Yeah, it kind of a bummer, man. I was just sitting at dinner and my brother looked at his phone and he was like, "Oh, look, Bob Saget died." And I was like, "What? No. No. Come on."
Where were you when Bob Saget his kill? I was at dinner with my brother.
Yeah,
I
eating
say
hot
no.
tuna.
But no, I mean, it's very sad. I mean,
Yeah,
I can't think of like
R.I.P.
at one point in my life where like I was influenced by him. I mean, maybe like Parks of the Penguins. Sure. That was a very funny movie. At the
Yeah,
time that I watched it,
yeah. As a like sixth grader, seventh grader, something like that. I
yeah,
think it's when it came out.
that'd be about right. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the right age range.
It was funny. I really liked that movie, but I guess not obviously to the listener, but if you have followed my Instagram or, know me in real life, you know that I am a sucker for penguins. So Farce the Penguins came out, and like the first time I watched it, I was like, what? These like cute, majestic creatures are all being raunchy and nasty. But after a couple watches through later, it's pretty fucking funny.
Wasn't the sorry, wasn't God, I can't remember his name. It's like Lopez something. He was like the doo guy, you know?
Oh, Carlos Mencia?
Carlos Mencia, yeah. Wasn't he
Yeah,
in that?
he might have been. Dude, he had like a shit ton of comedians and actors and people just do voices. I remember there was a bit with Norm Macdonald did one of the voices, and
Oh,
it was like during the mating season or whatever, and all the penguins are just around fucking, and he's like walking around like, "Hey, can I join one of your twosomes?" No, well then, do you mind if I just shit everywhere? And then he just like takes a shit all around, but very goofy, very silly.
very silly indeed. And that guy was, at least Bob Saget. Like when I think of Bob Saget, I think of, you know, that Nick at Night show.
Full
Was
House.
it Full House? Yeah.
Yeah, I hated Full House, so
Yeah, it's a terrible show.
I did not like it. And uh, I even
What did you
tried to
not like
watch.
about it? Did you not like Joey
No, it
and
was
his
just
little beaver like Muppet guy? Did you not like Jesse? Did you not like his like hardcore, you
his
know?
leather jacket and his whole I'm a hot guy thing.
And he married the like weather report girl. what I remember.
Mm.
And that was supposed
I
to be Bob
just,
Saget's woman, but he took
yeah,
it from him, and he
wow.
was his brother.
His own brother? How dare he? Shit. Maybe that's why I didn't like it, is that I knew deep down that that was really going on. No, honestly, I just didn't care for it because it was like, it was during that time where, I don't know if I mentioned that my sister was super into Friends growing up, so like I fucking hated Friends,
Ooh,
because she was really into it, and that's how
the worst
siblings do things.
Seinfeld.
Yeah. I didn't care for Seinfeld either. I don't think that those like laugh track sitcoms are for me. I just,
It's
they
because
just don't get me.
all the laugh tracks in those like sitcoms, it's all dead people.
I have heard that it's all dead people laughing.
Like they've recorded them like 60, 70 years beforehand. It's all just dead people.
It's just the same laughter from folks that were laughing at, I don't know, something silly in the 20s or 30s.
Probably Betty White, probably.
Uh, she's probably R.I.P. to her too. Wow, shit.
Yeah, I
This
know. Yeah,
is this is the Dead People podcast. Thank you for joining us, everybody.
Betty White was born before sliced bread. Just
What?
want to say that she was born before sliced bread was a thing.
Like like literally?
Yeah, literally. No,
What?
she was born before sliced bread. Like bread before she was born, it was like all in one loaf. But after she
Oh,
was after she was born, it was specifically after her death or her birth. They
then they
started
were like, oh,
cutting into whatever 12, 14 pieces.
Jesus, is that how many pieces of bread? I've never counted. I just know it's enough
Of
for
course you
like,
haven't.
yeah.
It's
I
enough
mean,
for a couple sandwiches.
yeah, there's a good 6 or 7 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and a loaf of bread, and depending on how depressed you are in the middle of the night, if you just take one piece of bread and smother it in ketchup and eat it at like 2:30 in the morning. I do that sometimes,
Yeah.
and it's damn good. I I don't know why. It's just super trashy, but goddamn, does it get my dopamine spiking? You know what I
I
mean?
mean, you're in control of your own life, man. Like, who cares? You want to eat some bread with salt? You want to eat some with butter? You can do it.
Yeah, I don't want to though. I just want to eat it with ketchup or peanut butter and jelly, or I don't know, like eggs. Like an egg sandwich is good. Is
Yeah, an egg
good.
sandwich is good. Yeah,
Love an
that's
egg
always good.
sandwich.
Yeah. I discovered recently, this is, off topic, but if you mix barbecue sauce with grape jelly, it makes a very good,
What?
yeah. Yeah,
What?
no, this is like kind of crazy. This came over, like holiday, meals. But,
Oh, where you have nothing but condiments in the fridge, so you
well,
have to
no,
figure out
no,
something.
no, not that. This was something my mother suggested to me. She was like,
What? Okay, go ahead.
okay,
Sorry.
yeah. It was like, this was during the period when I was sick, kinda, and I was getting over it, whatever. But it was, like, what do you call it? Like Little Smokies. And
Oh, okay, okay.
And you know how the typical recipe is like you get a bunch of little smokies and then you just put them in a pot and you throw some barbecue sauce and
Mm-hmm.
you let
Mm-hmm.
it sit for a while with the barbecue
Yeah.
sauce. But if you are to mix the barbecue sauce with grape jelly, it creates this mixture that tastes a lot better. And
What?
it,
Okay.
yeah, it's
Huh.
weird. Like I highly recommend it. It doesn't take long, maybe 20 minutes. Like you just put the little smokies in the thing with some barbecue sauce, then 10 minutes after, throw in some grape jelly, any kind you want, as long as it's jelly, not jam.
Like like a whole jar of it, or just like a couple tablespoons?
I mean, like maybe a third of a jar. I mean, it
Wow.
depends on how much you're making. But
Huh.
if you're doing 2 pounds of little smokies, then yeah, about a third of a jar. It's really
That's
good,
wild.
trust me.
Man.
It makes it not so sticky, surprisingly.
Wow. That seems counter intuitive.
It
That
is, but it works, trust me. It's
hmm.
amazing.
Hmm. I'll have to buy a crock pot again and I'll give it a shot.
You
I'll
don't
take your
even need a
word for
crock
it.
pot, just
Oh.
a pot.
Oh, okay.
Something you put on your stovetop.
That's what goes on stovetops. All right.
Yeah. I mean,
I've just been using them to light my cigarettes. That's
when you have like a kitchen that the entire floor is covered in carpet, it's hard to adjust to
that's
something
true.
that that was so gross. That was awful.
Dude. Oh man. Yeah. That apartment was bad. It was a bad yuck. Who fucking does that? Like,
We had no choice. It was
yeah.
either that or nothing.
Yeah. I just mean on the part of like the I don't know, apartment designers or whoever that they're just
Oh
like,
yeah, yeah. It's like
"Hey, let's
this,
install an oven, but let's not take out any of the carpeted areas." Like
at least our bathroom wasn't carpeted, but at the same
no, but it was
time,
like cinder block cold as fuck walls, dude.
yeah, that
That
was
shit.
terrible.
Ay ay ay, man. But I
That's why
miss
we
that
never cooked,
yeah.
by the way.
Yep. That was I was working fast food, so I was just like bringing that home every day, which is super healthy. Just eating fucking cheeseburgers and fries.
It's what a lot of people do nowadays.
That's true. That's true.
Maybe not
American
even
diet.
nowadays. It's. Probably just something people do. It's
Yeah.
one of the easiest jobs to get, no offense. Obviously managerial, not that easy, but you can get
Nah, but it's not
into it.
hard.
No, yeah, it isn't.
No. And I mean,
But
flipping burgers is fun, dude. Like, that's where I learned how to. I wouldn't say learned how to cook, but it was just practice in like cooking things on a grill, and I feel pretty damn confident about being able to do that. So, pancakes, I got locked. Eggs, set down solid. Smashed cheeseburgers, pretty fucking good. I'm a pro at those. But if I had to cook on like a regular outdoor grill, I don't think I have those skills yet. They probably
yeah,
transfer, but I don't know how closely.
yeah, it's hard to say.
Hmm. Hmm.
Fast food, it just I don't want to get into this right now, but fast food sucks. It's not a fun it's not a fun career.
No,
Like
no, it's not.
you have to agree. Like no
Hundred
matter how
percent.
far you get into it, it's not fun.
No.
You're still gonna have to slave away over a hot grill, and that's fine. But why would you want to?
Yeah, yeah, it's not fun. It's not like working in
And
like a
no offense
professional
to people
kitchen or something.
that do it. No offense
Yeah,
at all. Like it's just the way it is. You have to do something, but God,
yeah. It's miserable, I would say. I don't think anybody has like, chosen that career out of like a desire to work for a fast food company, unless it's like a mom and pop restaurant, fast food burger joint. But that's
Yeah,
that's a
that's
different
fair.
story.
Yeah, I was thinking like it's like I want to be a part of this. I want to be a part of this team, but I'd rather just do it. I'd rather just be a chef at like a you know it doesn't have to be like a high quality restaurant, but like
No, but like an Applebee's.
yeah,
I'd rather be a
where you
chef at an
microwave
Applebee's.
everything. Then you don't have to cook
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
unless it's a steak, and then you like always get it wrong no matter what they request.
Yeah. Dude, that's it. I order my steaks like as rare as possible, and they still come out like medium. So I'm
Yeah,
like, I tell them like
this
literally
is
just like
wrong.
sear it. Yeah, but I want it bloody. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't. It's not appetizing if there's not any blood involved, and I found that with all of my meals. That's why I stopped eating cereal. Like if I didn't bleed into my Cocoa Krispies every morning, then it just wouldn't hit the same. And
Yeah, it's the same with me and my girlfriends.
mm, mm.
If they didn't bleed, it just wasn't the same.
How many of your girlfriends didn't bleed? Like didn't have blood?
That's not the question.
All right. That's fair. That's
But if
yeah.
they, they won Lucky Charms or whatever, I'd give them Lucky Charms,
Mm-hmm.
but not Lucky Charms with blood.
No, that's for me. That's my cereal.
That's my cereal, the daddy cereal.
I do find that the most attractive part of a woman is her blood. Just yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. Anyway, moving on.
Oh, you're a vampire.
Uh,
You're a dirty, disgusting creature of the night that
just
deserves to be held up to a crucifix and judged.
mm-hmm. It's hot. I love,
It
love
is
getting a
hot.
crucifix shoved in my face.
It's very hot, daddy.
Fucking yeah. Push me up against a wall and like spit garlic sauce in my eyes. That's what I'm about.
I
That's
want you to look me in the eyes and I want you to recite the Bible, please. That's all
yeah.
that I need.
You know that dude Van Helsing? Fucking poser. That guy sucks. Fuck that guy.
Him and Van Halen. Fuck
And
them
Van
both.
Halen. And Van... Shit. There's another guy. There's another musical artist whose name is Van. Van Morrison? Is that one?
Isn't he an actor?
Oh shit, maybe.
Probably.
Brown Eyed Girl? Isn't that Van Morrison?
Oh yeah, no.
Is that Van... maybe it's Eddie Van Morrison or something like that. I don't fucking know.
Eddie Van
dude.
Morris, Eddie Van Halen. This is where you at, dog?
Jesus. I don't fucking know, man. I don't listen to music. Van Morrison, Brown Eyed Girl. I fucking called it. I'm a goddamn musical genius. Jesus Christ. No, I actually tried to learn that song on guitar like way back when because I thought it would be fun. And then I realized that I suck at guitar and that's a terrible song to try to like serenade somebody with. So,
Well, if you're bad at guitar, any song is a bad song to serenade anybody with.
yeah, I guess that's fair. I guess that's fair.
But I mean, I get it. I can't think of what Brown Eyed Girl sounds like right now, and I'm not gonna play it, but I'm sure it sounds better if you sound good at guitar.
Yeah, yeah. Do you remember when we used to sing Shala la 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 ti da? I believe is the chorus of that song.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's
Yeah.
beautiful. It's more beautiful when you sing it, Elliot.
Oh, well, I was just kind of like spoken word reciting it. I didn't want to get flagged for copyright infringement by like, singing it.
You think we're
So,
gonna get flagged for copyright infringement?
I don't know. I don't know. Like, yeah, like anyone up in the music biz has been like monitoring our podcast and like, once
And
these
you're
guys
pitch
start singing,
perfect.
yeah, and they're just like, whoa, where have these guys been?
Why do they sound like this?
And how can we make money off of it? And that's how the music business works, you guys. That's a little inside knowledge. I was a super famous recording artist for a number of years, and I gave it up.
Yeah, they look for like podcasts with less than 100 followers per week, and they
Let's go less than like 50, bro.
and they try to they try to flex on us, but we don't let them do that. We're above that.
That's right. That's right.
We've always been above that.
Yeah. Every single email we get from high up company executives in the music industry, and I just report them as spam because, I can. I have the freedom to do that.
That's his right.
That's right. You can't take that away from me.
And you
can't do that.
Shouldn't try to.
Are you going to try to tread on me? Do you even know who I am? That's, what I would reply to in those email chains with them. But afterwards, their email I get back is like, no, I don't know who you are. Please stop emailing me. And then I read that and I'm like, what a bunch of fucking posers and phonies, and then report spam.
They don't deserve our time, and we don't deserve their time.
We don't. We don't deserve their time. Honestly, yeah. Our time isn't super valuable right now. At least mine isn't. I know my the time I spend on things is not worth a fucking cent, dude.
Do you know how much time we spend on this podcast?
Are you asking me or the listeners?
Both.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I spend maybe an
Enough.
hour a week. Oh. Enough to make a super successful podcast. Yeah.
Enough for them to look at it and be like, man, that's beautiful. That's a beautiful thing.
One day there's going to be a museum of podcasting, and we're going to be in it. Like, for sure, like if you ever go to like an art museum and you can take like an audio tour, and they give you like a Sony Walkman that has a tape of, this painting was by Alexander Skarsgård, and that's it's great, but it'll be like that, but
I mean,
VR.
realistically, it'll be like, hey, here's a Horizon Zero Dawn. And here's Days Gone, which is another game that we did at one point.
What? In the podcast museum?
Yeah, well, in the Sony Podcast Museum. It'll be, it's like, oh, here's God of War Ragnarok. Check this out. That's pretty cool, right?
Yeah, that would be the audio tour. Hey, this was pretty cool, right? Hey, thanks for coming in.
Yeah, check it out.
Moving on, this is our Final Fantasy wing, and yeah, they made a lot of these games, huh? Cool.
Man, wow, yeah, they did make a lot of these games. Shit. I just realized that.
They did, dude. There's a lot of Final Fantasy games.
Yeah,
Uh,
there is.
There's a lot. There's a lot. I think 16 is coming out this year, right?
Uh, uh, I don't know exactly what is going on with that game, but it's supposed to be better than what happened to Final Fantasy 15. So,
Oh, that's good. I mean, I loved Final Fantasy 15,
God, I
but
did too. Oh, it's such a good game.
yeah, it's very weird at the like first whole half of the game is like open world, and it's like, oh, cool, it's open world. I can kind of do what I want as long as I hit these, main story points, and then after a certain point it just gets super linear, and it's like, oh, all right, I wasn't trained for this, but I can figure it out.
You never played any of the DLC, did you?
Shit, no. I
No,
didn't.
so you never did Gladio's thing when he like was
No.
like, "Oh, I'm gonna go do my own thing for a minute."
Yeah, I remember that was like part of the main story, and it was he left the party for a bit. And I was like, oh, okay, I have to just run around without Gladio. Well, I'm kind of fucked. So I went and did like one thing without him, and then immediately went back and like picked him up because I
Yeah,
was like, man, he
yeah,
had one.
yeah.
Prompto had one.
Prompt, yeah. I mean, the biggest one was Ignis, was his
Hmm.
whole story, which was beautiful. It
Yeah,
was. And I know Arden eventually got his, you know, story too.
yeah. Which I'm sure it helped because, like, in the main game, I just didn't have any sympathy for, like, his evil villain arc. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Like,
mean, the problem with Final Fantasy 15 was so much of it was told through, there was the like whatever, there was like that whole movie that they
mm-hmm,
did, and then there was like each individual, like Prompto, Gladio, Ignis, they all had their own like anime thing, and then eventually Arden, he got his own story.
mm-hmm.
Whatever, the chick who, you know, spoilers, blah 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 blah, she dies. She was supposed to have her own whole thing too, but she just got filled out in the book that they,
Oh,
yeah, it was like a whole thing.
man. That kind of sucks.
Yeah,
I did wonder, like, she was a big part of, like, the game itself, but
Luna Freya.
yeah. But then it was
Yeah,
like, I have to love this character just because Noctis loves her, but, like, why does Noctis love her? How do they know each other besides their, like, ghost dog journal thing that they swap back and forth,
and that
you
was
know?
it. That was like all they had.
Yeah.
And once the end of it came about, it didn't really matter. She
Yeah.
just summoned Leviathan, and it was like that's the end of it. She died.
Man. Yeesh. That's too
But I
bad.
mean, I guess I can't really spoil it since you haven't played it. But Ignis, he played a really big part in that, and it contributes to why he became blind at a certain point.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to play it again with the DLC. I don't know if the I know 15 is on it's on Game Pass for PC, but I don't know if all the like DLCs are. I
I have
would think
no
it is.
idea.
I don't know.
I know I bought the King whatever edition, and it has like everything.
Kingsglaive.
Yeah.
Kingsglaive.
Well, it
Oh.
has everything minus Arden's story.
Okay.
So,
It was cool. I dug what they were like going for. in the game
Yeah, I
itself,
mean, it was a
but
Final Fantasy game for sure.
yeah, it was indeed a Final Fantasy game.
It wasn't a Kingdom Hearts game, that's for sure. I mean, you
Yeah,
could actually understand the story and the plot.
yeah, exactly. If you're not totally lost during the game, then is it a good game? No, you have to be sucked down into the story and in a way that just doesn't make any sense until the next installment comes out on a completely different console that you don't own, and it's
Or on
100%
mobile.
crucial. Yeah. Like a
And
very
that's,
specific Nokia phone.
yeah, yeah, it's very specific. Nokia phone.
Yeah, man.
That's Kingdom Hearts. That's also
That's
Metal Gear Solid.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
I like to
Man.
just add to this conversation. Like over the past couple weeks, I've been getting recommended a lot of Metal Gear Solid videos in my YouTube feed, and it's
Mm.
always it's like Metal Gear Solid 2 stuff. A lot of it
Mm-hmm.
is with Raiden
Yeah.
and uh like one big part like something I feel like I missed playing because I played through Metal Gear Solid 2 many times, but a time when I like that game, it's all about like calling into the codec
Yeah.
and hearing everything. I feel like when I played that game, I missed every time I played it, like when you pick up Emma
Mm-hmm.
after defeating Vamp, you fucking find Emma and you have to take her through that whole area where you're underwater and everything. You can call Snake and talk to him.
Oh, like underwater?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he basically, he'll like vouch for Otacon and everything during that whole spiel because
Oh.
I mean she dies like immediately
Ah,
after
yeah.
that. I mean
God
it's like
damn it.
immediately after that. Like you
Yeah.
take her through that whole shit, like president dies, and then you're like, okay, I'm gonna go swim through this shit and pick up Emma. And you fight
Yeah.
Vamp, and you pick up Emma, and then you swim through the whole thing, and then
And then Vamp pops back up and is like, hey, I'm still alive. I'm gonna fucking stab this chick,
and
even
that
though.
goddamn bastard is still alive in MGS4.
Dude, for real. Fucking insane. The. I think the explanation for it was that, like, his nanomachines were just in hyperdrive the whole time or something.
Yeah,
So. But then it was like, why didn't he rapidly age? And, I don't know. It didn't. I liked Vamp. He was a cool character.
yeah, oh
His
totally.
Yeah, it was fun. Nice and campy for every time I like have a knife in my hand too, I just like I want to lick it like he does his own
Like
knife.
cut a the flesh mark into your chest
Yeah.
and lick it.
Yeah. And his holster is just like right in front of his dick too, so it's he licks it and very slowly sexually puts it back in, and it's like the camera zooms in specifically
And
on it.
he doesn't even have to do that. That's just like what he does.
Yeah, he doesn't have to do it. Like that's just his choice, his artistic expression of himself as a person. Is he's just a fucking weirdo.
Yeah, pretty much. At least Raiden knew what he was, and he was like, I'm a fucking cyborg ninja. Look at me.
Whew. Man. Fantastic games, everyone. The Metal Gear
Oh,
Solid
yeah.
series, so good. So fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
we'll get into them again, but I want to replay them, because I actually haven't played them in a while, and I got an itching to play MGS5 again recently, like Ground Zeroes and then Phantom Pain,
Yeah,
and
the best of the bunch,
yeah, the gameplay was
arguably.
fucking fantastic. It was so good, and I think I don't know. I think it came out on PC, and my computer could definitely
Eventually,
run it.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it did because that was when everybody figured out that you can't, you can't, like, because you have the FOB,
Mm-hmm.
and you can eventually have an FOB that has a nuke. Like, there is
Yeah.
no nuclear disarmament. Can't, like, it's not realistic to expect every person, every individual that has the capability to have a nuke to disarm it or to not have one.
Yeah. Yeah, like the idea of complete nuclear disarmament is, it's just that. It's an idealistic dream, but it's just not feasible in real life or in a video game in this instance. But yeah, that's it gets into like I know at least with Peace Walker, they threw in a lot of like Immanuel Kant quotes, and it got into some Kantist philosophy of like I don't know, just like ultimate peace through complete non-violence, and it's the idea that we could hold human beings to a certain standard, and like as long as nobody did violence to anybody else, we could have world peace. But it's just not like
It's not
real.
realistic.
Yeah, it's not real life. People are, unfortunately, there's always going to be some kind of violence that occurs between human beings because we're fucking animals. So it's a nice dream. It's a nice idea to have and to try to strive for on an individual basis. But applying it to like a whole population, the entire population of humanity itself is I just don't think it's doable.
I mean, probably not, no. Uh, Solid Snake was able to take out a tank with grenades, with just grenades.
Yeah. Yeah. He did that. It was actually awesome, man. It was a super fun. Uh, yeah, highly recommend those games to anyone who
Yeah, I do
hasn't played
too.
them. Find a way to play them.
I think MGS2 is one of the ones that like gave me a different perspective on a lot of different things. I played through it so many times, but that final, when Snake talks to Raiden that last time,
Mm-hmm.
it's just it transcends just man, so
Yeah,
good.
the
God,
end of
so
that
good.
speech. Yeah. The summary of it is pretty much like uh shit's fucked up in the world, but like as long as we can pass on, it doesn't even have to be genetics to the future, but it can be as long as we pass on
Something.
ideas and values and like principles that are worth continuing, into the next generation, then like, the future is it's gonna be okay, hopefully. It's sort of what
God.
I remember. I haven't played it in like a million years, but I know it,
And then
it took my idea of like when I was younger, I really wanted to be like a dad, and I was like, man, I'm gonna be a dad. I'm gonna raise a kid. So cool. It's gonna be great. And then like I played that game and I was like, oh, I don't like have to be a dad, you know? Like I can just or I don't have to
You can just
have
pass on what
biological
you know.
children. Yeah. Like as long as, I develop some kind of worthwhile principles and values and then those don't die with me, then, things are going to be okay, I guess. It's kind of a shitty summary, but I haven't played it in
It's
a
been
long
on, yeah,
time.
it's been a hot minute.
Yeah.
It's the type of game that won't ever be for like MGS4, for example, won't ever be remade. It's just one you have to play
Yeah.
all the way
On
through on the console, on the hardware.
mhm. PlayStation 3, baby. The most perfect console to ever exist.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, it is.
Probably second only to the Wii U.
You're probably right. We would like to play.
We would like to play with you.
And they sneak into your grandma's house and make her play fucking Wii Sports Resort.
That's the original Wii. Was it was also not a super great console, but it was fun. The motion controls were great.
It was hard to get. It was like impossible to get. I wanted one
Man.
so badly, and I didn't get one until many years after the fact. And the only games I had for it were the ones that came with it, which was like,
It's a Wii Sports Resort, and
yeah,
I
yeah.
forget what the other one was.
There
Some kind
was
of
another
Mario
one.
game.
Yeah, I think that was. I mean, I know Wii Sports Resort for sure. And then, yeah, I remember because it was the only game my stepdad liked to play when he was drunk. Bowling, and also the boxing, so he could beat me up.
I knew it. I knew that was coming. God damn it. Shit. This fucking.
But no, like realistically, it was my stepbrother, my stepfather's dad. He liked to play me in boxing, just so he could beat me up.
That's tight. That's cool.
Yeah, it was fun.
Gotta live out your fantasies of beating your
It was still
children
fun. I had
somehow.
Twilight Princess. Got to play that on the Wii. I got to play that. That was fun.
Man, what else was even on the Wii? Oh, Red
Mario.
Steel. I never played it, but I thought it was a dope idea.
Red Steel, yeah.
To have like a sword in one hand and a gun in the other.
That was like one of the ones that they did in the commercials. Was like, oh yeah, we would like to play. Check this shit out. It was Red Steel. I never got to play that.
I never did either. All I heard was that like it was cool, but it was kind of janky. Like if you held your, because like you could use your sword to like deflect other people's bullets, but if you held it in a certain way that was like tilted to the right just enough, and then you shot in a right spot that it would hit your own sword and then like reflect back and like you would kill yourself. I've heard that was a thing. Yeah. I don't know if that's real, because obviously I never played it, but I think that would be pretty funny. It's just... Because Wii controls were fun, but they were far from precise.
Except for like, the Wii Sports Resort games, which were very precise.
Yeah.
But they were the only games that were precise.
Yeah.
I mean Mario was fun. Skyward Sword, that was pretty good, I guess. But
it was a cool idea, I think.
Yeah, it was a cool idea. That's about all it was, though. Just a cool idea.
Unfortunately, man. It's too
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to compare yourself to a console that has Metal Gear Rising Revengeance that lets you cut everything up into
Yeah.
pieces. God.
God, what the fuck was that mode called when it would go into, like, bullet time, but it was like sword time? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Uh,
Uh,
Started with a
Raiden
Z.
had it. Sensetsu, something like
Zensetsu. That sounds right.
sounds right.
That sounds Japanese.
But like he had it, and then fucking if you played as Sam, he had some kind of version of it.
Mm-hmm.
Wolf also had a version of it.
Yeah, the Blade Wolf, which was Robot Dog. That was a fun fucking game, dude. That was just great. It was good stuff. All the
Yeah, I feel
characters.
like that's one that needs like an actual remaster, like a Mass Effect,
Yeah.
like what Mass Effect got. Like Mass Effect, the remaster is pretty good.
Oh, is it?
At least, yeah. Like I've been playing the remaster of one,
Nice.
and it's very good. You know, it's like it doesn't change too much. The only big thing it changes, instead of 60 levels, there's only 30, which makes things
What?
a lot easier.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, so you can like max your character out a lot faster.
Nice. I don't know if I ever got my Shepard to 60 in Mass Effect 1.
I know I didn't. I did
Uh,
not. But it's like instead of being levels, like they just, they cut the level in half. It's like 30 is the max
hmm,
instead of 60 being the max. And
I
you
see.
can, you know, you can max out like the whatever the charm or the rebel.
Oh, of the, like, Paragon and Renegade
Yeah.
shit. Yeah.
Hmm.
That was a cool idea. I thought it was fun when I played through Mass Effect. I always like tried to do the good guy thing, but every now and then a bad guy thing would show up and it would just be really bad and out of nowhere. I want to say towards the beginning or the middle of 3, there's some alien dude who comes up and he starts making this like evil speech, and there's just like the renegade option that flashes and you can just like shoot a gas tank under him and it explodes
Yeah.
like like in the
Yeah.
beginning of his evil speech. And I was just like, oh, okay. I did it. And I was trying to be good guy Shepard the whole time, and it was really out of place for him to just kind of suddenly kill somebody as they're talking.
Yeah, I mean, in one, it's like one you can definitely tell that there is a lot of it's either you're good or you're bad.
Mm-mm,
Like it's either you save the baby or you like fucking smash its skull and
mm-hmm. Yeah, where you have to press, like, you have to shake the motion controller to shake the baby.
yeah, pretty
And,
much.
yeah.
I mean that's what Mass Effect 1 is like. And it's like it's either extreme. It's like either you're either a really good person or you're a really bad person,
Yeah.
because you just like if you choose to be a bad person, it's like you're just kind of a dick. You're just a fucking asshole to people. And it's like someone will say something like, "Oh, we need to do this thing." And you're like, "Why the fuck should we?"
Yeah.
Even though it's like obvious why you should.
Yeah. It was like, you have to go repair these shield generators on this planet. Otherwise, the inhabitants are going to get hit by, like, meteors. And it's like, well, what's in it for me? Like,
Why am I not getting paid?
yeah.
Give me
Like,
some
dude, really?
credits.
Really? You're going to let, like, this entire planet die just because, you're a bad boy? Come on, Shepard. What are you what are
There
you
is like
doing?
this one point, like this one mission where you have to like You have to change your grenade to make it so it doesn't kill people when you throw it at them. But it doesn't really tell you, so you can just it's it's like it pops up on the screen. It's like 16 people still alive, and you can just kill all of them, and it doesn't matter because you can just kill all of them.
That's so cool. That's the badass option.
Yeah, and then at
Just
the
be a
end,
bad
Shepard just
dude.
like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like Liara or Arista would be like, we just killed all of those people, and he's like, I don't give a fuck. I'd do it again if I'd do it again if I had the option.
Yeah, I like that they explain it at the beginning. That's like, hey, now you're an N7 agent. You can do like literally whatever you want. So if you want to be a bad guy, be a bad guy. But like the first person you have to go hunt down is the dude who literally is just like a renegade N7 agent.
Oh
I can't
yeah,
remember the name of that organization now.
Saren.
Saren is the dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's like the whole point of Mass Effect 1 is you go after Saren.
Yeah.
But you can still be a total asshole to everybody
Yeah.
you want.
There was one point with like I think it's reporter chick shows up and she's like, "Hey, Commander Shepard, can you make some comments about blah blah blah?"
And just
And you can
punch her in the
just
face.
punch her in the fucking
I
face.
think that's like Mass Effect 2 or 3.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can. You can just be like, no, and just punch her in the fucking
Like,
face.
yes.
Like, even if you've done, like, the good thing, like, you're like, yeah, I'll give you the first report of the story. But then she shows up in Mass Effect 2 and she's like, oh, hey, here's the consequences of your actions. You just fucking punch her in the face.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you. Don't need you. I'm Commander Shepard.
This is my favorite store on the Citadel.
If it wasn't obvious, folks, play Mass Effect. It's one of our favorite games.
Those are great.
It's
They were
one of
great
the
games.
scumbag approved.
Indeed.
And you have to play one. You have to play all of one, and you have to play it on the 360 version. You can't play the Legendary Edition with the upgraded Mako.
I was gonna ask about that. Is it still like janky as fuck?
Oh, it's pretty bad. It's still bad.
Nice.
It's still pretty bad. But I mean, it's better. I mean, it's been like 10 years since I've played it, you know.
Yeah.
But I feel like the Mako is better.
That's good. Because that was super goofy. Like, trying to play that game seriously, and then, you get to those Mako missions where you're just patrolling the surface of a planet, but you're, like, jumping around and flipping and getting caught in stupid-ass rocks and, like...
Yeah, that's still there. It is. But, I will say the fact that they, like, halved level, pretty much. Like, the Legendary Edition makes it so instead of level 60 being the max, it's level 30.
Right.
So instead of, like, every couple levels you get 2 upgrades, you get 4.
Oh, okay.
It kind of makes it a little bit smoother, I guess.
Yeah. That probably would have made, probably makes it easier to play the less bulky classes.
I did play an adept. I am an adept. The space wizard.
That's what's up. That's what my actual playthrough was. Like, the first time I started Mass Effect, I started as, I think, an infiltrator. Like, the Dex-based, Omni-tool-based, like...
Oh, yeah, like
thing.
a sniper.
Yeah, but he was, like, weak as fuck. I kept dying and not understanding why it was, like, so hard, and then I restarted as an adept, because I was like, I'd rather just do magic. At least then, because, like, the infiltrator was like, oh, cool, you can, like, lockpick and do some cool stuff, but then or hacking and stuff like that. But then it was like I finished going through the adept playthrough, and I was like, oh, you can hack and stuff
With every
normally. So
character, like every
yeah,
single like character except for Rex and all the humans.
yeah,
Caden, I think he has some.
uh,
But like, if you were like to just have Tally on your team or have Liara on your team, or if you build Garrus the right way, you could just have him.
mm-hmm.
But as long as you have one of those characters on your team, you can like do whatever.
Yeah,
And like this playthrough, I went like all alien.
nice.
I know my first playthrough, I was like, oh yeah, Ashley,
Mm-hmm.
just because.
Cause fine Earth girl, yeah,
Yeah,
she
I
cutie.
mean,
She was a cutie.
yeah, kinda. She was racist,
Yeah,
or
I mean for a racist, she was a
I mean,
cutie
she was
pie.
racist, but within her rights. I mean, within the
Yeah.
time period, it's like 30 years is all they've had with the new races or whatever. But I was like,
Mm,
this time I'm gonna go with Liara.
nice.
It was worth.
Yeah. The romance options in those BioWare RPGs are pretty solid.
Yeah.
At least in Dragon Age 1 was pretty good. And so far I've been playing Dragon Age Inquisition. That's the BioWare RPG that I've been playing this winter. And it turns out there's only like two options for like a straight dude, and it's like okay, and it's either Dami, Mommy, Cassandra, or Penelope. I think it's her name.
What
The
about the what about the Indian chick, right?
yeah, that's her name.
Okay, yeah.
That's her.
Yeah.
I was gonna say spicy curry, but that's real. I probably shouldn't say that
We're
on the
not gonna go
podcast.
there.
No, I'm not.
Beautiful women. Beautiful,
Yeah,
beautiful women. But at the same time it's like there's so many people you can romance in that game, but you can't romance them as you can't even romance them as a straight man.
yeah. Like
Not
there's a
that I'm
handful.
complaining, but
Yeah. There are a couple, like, there's like a totally gay dude that you can romance, and then there's one of the Quinari dudes with like giant horns on his head is like he
oh
goes
yeah, the
both
demon
ways.
guy. Yeah, he
Yeah.
does.
So you can
Right.
fuck him if you're a dude or a chick. And like that's cool and all, but yeah. It's cool. And at least the sex scenes from like Mass Effect 2 were really good.
Yeah,
2
they
and
were.
3, they were really solid. So I have high hopes for what goes down in Dragon Age.
Oh, sure, yeah. No,
Mm,
they're good. Uh,
nice.
yeah.
That's what's up. That's solid games. I don't know what the fuck BioWare's doing now, but
I
they're not
couldn't tell
making.
you.
I think that last Mass Effect that came out was a huge.
Andromeda?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
heard it was
not
a huge
good.
bummer. Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's hard, it's hard. Like, there are some people that legitimately do enjoy that game a lot.
Yeah,
Like, story, characters, whatever. I feel like a lot of the flack comes from the fact that Mass Effect, it had a really shitty ending. Like,
yeah,
like that, like, you know,
yeah. It did.
Mass Effect Three's ending was shit. It was bad. I mean,
Yeah,
even after the fixes they did, it was like even the best ending was still shit.
jeez.
It was not good.
I remember. I didn't play I didn't play any of the DLC for 3 when I played it. So, but it got to the end and it's like red, blue, or green, and it
That
was
was
like you
it.
could,
Yeah.
yeah, and you could choose any of them regardless of any of the actions you've done in the past. Like you
And
could have
like it
been,
didn't even matter if you saved everybody, if you did your
yeah,
best and you had everybody saved. I know I
yeah,
didn't have Legion, right? He's the Geth
mm,
dude.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't have Legion, and I didn't
Oh man,
have the Prothean dude
yeah.
because I didn't realize that the DLC came with the game. But
Oh.
but I knew I didn't have, but I did finish the game like with everybody except for Zaid or
mm,
Zaid. He was like the hardcore, like Zaid. Am I right?
Zaid. That
He was.
name sounds familiar, but was it was that
It,
Mass Effect? Was that the super aggro dude who was introduced in 3?
yes, it
I think,
was.
yeah. Or no, maybe that started with a V. Fuck.
This
I
is
don't remember.
Zaid.
Zaid, was he human? Oh yeah, okay, the old mercenary dude with the fucked up eye.
Yes.
That was Zaid. Yeah, 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 yeah.
I feel like
Okay.
he had like something he said that was meme worthy.
Yeah, it
We
was
could get
something.
out of this, mate. We're
Yeah. I forgot he had that accent.
yeah. He had like some kind of accent. Like, well, we gotta do it, mate. Go off this. I don't know. But that is
That's
what
a
he said.
really good, that's a really good impression of it.
Because it was like him, but there was like the hacker chick, but he was like, "Oh well, bruv, gotta go into the fucking break."
Damn, I forgot about that guy.
Yeah, yeah.
Man, making
Good shit.
me making me want to replay Mass Effect. I'm gonna have to do
Hey,
that.
the
Shit.
fucking Legendary Edition just came out on Game Pass, bro.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good.
Nice. I need to figure out. I think I just need to buy like a wireless adapter for a 360 controller to use it cuz like it's not working native. Oh, I mean on my Switch controller or my DualShock 4. They both work with Steam, but you can't take Game Pass games and like, put them in Steam to use their controller
Uh,
support.
uh,
Yeah, so I have to use an actual Xbox controller. And I didn't want to like buy a full controller cuz it was like $60 or something. So I borrowed my little brother's. They had a handful and I took one. And I was like, "Oh, okay, I can just like plug this in, right?" No, there's not like a plug-in port or anything. So I have to get like a wireless dongle to connect to the 360 controller to plug it into the PC, I think.
I mean, the 360 controller is like I like it as much as I like the DualShock 2. I
Yeah.
haven't. Well, I like DualShock 3 a lot too. I
Mm-hmm.
will say that. I haven't played DualShock 4. I'm sure it's amazing. But I think the Xbox 360 controller was like the pinnacle. It was like the peak of the 360 or the Xbox era.
Mm-hmm.
The Xbox One is pretty good, but it
Yeah,
uh it definitely gets outclassed by the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 controller. That's for sure.
man. That's too bad. I know a big
They
selling
don't have
point
haptic
for
feedback.
uh
I mean, obviously,
damn.
like you can play MGS2 and you can do the pressure.
Oh, nice. Like the
Yeah,
pressure control?
yeah, that's a thing. But
Oh, finally. I know that wasn't a thing for...
The 360,
Was
no.
it the 360? Yeah.
Yeah, no. They didn't have haptic feedback. But you
Hmm.
can get that with the Xbox One controller for sure.
Mm. That's cool. I know a big selling point for Xbox controllers is that they're a little bigger for our big American hands.
Yeah,
But I have,
ergonomic.
yeah, I have small hands. So the big, the big Xbox, big beefy man controller is like,
Beef PC, beef
yeah,
PC.
it's too much for me. Too much for me. Give me the little Sony controller. Fits just perfectly in my hands, and I'm good. Well,
God,
the
wraps
360
tightly around your
controller
cock
is...
and pleasures you so smoothly.
That's correct. That's what I use it for. Or I just, play a game that has some sort of vibration function and then pause it when you're doing something like, grinding in Tony Hawk and you feel that little bit of vibration and then you hit pause.
You
And
need to
then,
feel it. You
yeah.
can't get off without feeling it, right?
That's what I'm saying, is I can't get off unless I have a vibrating controller pressed up against my dick.
That's the difference between Sony and Xbox, man.
That
That's it. That's
that
the
is the
only
only...
difference.
Yeah, other than that, basically the same console.
Pretty
So,
much. I mean,
you know,
who's counting?
yeah.
Who
Do you
cares?
want do you want your controller to double as a vibrator? Yes or no? And then each
Do you want
branch of
your
that.
vibrator to double as a controller?
Maybe one day. That'd be cool. Why hasn't the porn industry innovated video games in that way yet? They have the money for it.
They probably have more enough than the money for
Yeah.
it.
They could probably solve a ton of the world's issues if they wanted to, but that's not at the top of their priorities, I guess.
No, not at this time. But one day, maybe.
One day, maybe. We can hope.
We can only hope. That's all we can do. Until then, we just dream. We're dreamers. We're silent
we're just
dreamers.
we're just dreamers over here, trying to make the world a little bit better, a little bit less violent every day. And I think that was the theme of this episode, is that violence
Violence.
is sometimes the answer.
Oh, I thought the theme of the episode was violence.
Oh, just violence itself? Yeah.
But, violence, there's so many forms of it. You have the
Yeah.
violence that, get when your dad, Doug, looks at you wrong and get a little bit angry. And, 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 we
It's
talk
okay.
about something
It's
else.
okay, Skylar. We
Talk
don't have
about
to get
something
into
else.
My dad's name is not Doug. God damn it.
My father's name is not Doug. God damn it. I won't be him.
No, you won't. Fuck. Wow. Hey, we hit our we hit our goal.
Yeah, this is our quota.
Yep.
Every week. 1 hour.
Knocked out a solid hour of yeah. I don't even remember what all we talked about. So
Who cares?
yeah.
Doesn't matter. My fucking
Nah.
my Audacity doesn't work right, so I'll just send you whatever.
Oh, well, shit.
I feel like my waveforms are better when I hold the mic up to my face like this.
Yeah. I mean, I
I'm sure
definitely
you'll
can.
notice.
Yeah. I mean, I can hear you better just in the over the call or whatever, so
Yeah.
I don't have to. I usually have to crank my volume all the way up, and then even then, I still have to like stop and process what you're saying. But I haven't had to do
I
that.
think you'll see. I think you'll see what I mean. Uh, I don't know if it's because my Audacity is fucked. I don't know,
Mm. Yeah, I don't
but
know.
yeah, it's annoying.
It's really weird. Audacity, get at us with a sponsorship and a fix for Skylar's shit.
Yeah. Just contact me, Steve. I know who you are. I know where you live. I know where your family lives.
And on that note, thanks for tagging along, everybody.
Have a good night.
Yeah.